Why is everyone quitting Airbnb?
I'm Zev Forrest.
I'm Melissa Forrest.
And we are short-term rental experts. We have been in the business for 5 years. We love what we do. We've hosted thousands of guests. We do arbitrage, we own properties, and we do co-hosting as well. We manage properties too. And we have a lot of information that we'd love to share with you guys. If you haven't seen any videos, welcome. Today what we're talking about is...
Today we're talking about something that is so real right now, and I have been seeing this a lot on Facebook posts, on my Instagram, and a lot of Airbnb hosts are quitting Airbnb. And so we're going to be talking
about... That's what I've heard.
Yeah. So we're going to be talking about a little bit about what's going on, and if you're looking to jump into Airbnbs right now, this video is very important so that you really at the end of this video get to ask yourself if this is a business you even really want to do. Because my experience is that during the pandemic and a lot of people started wanting to chase the golden nugget and saw that Airbnb was a good way to create a lot of cash flow. And some people, yeah, and it is. So a lot of people were just jumping into it because of just the cash flow, the financial benefits behind it, but they really lost sight of what it really takes to build a short-term rental business, because this is not just Airbnb. Airbnb, again, as I mentioned before, is just a marketing platform. This is a short-term rental business, and building a business that is within the hospitality business takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of time. It's not as quick as we see so many people talk about, or as easy as people say it is. There's a lot that goes behind it. So we're going to be sharing with you guys our thoughts on that.
Yeah, I think there's a number of reasons just to get it off of my head right now. There's a number of reasons why I think people are not staying in as long, or they're quitting, or they're dropping out, whatever it may be. I think some of the top reasons are, number one, they were taught wrong.
Yeah.
I think that they were taught to do things that were not sustainable for this short-term rental business.
Or not taught at all.
Or not taught at all, exactly. Or they just went in thinking that it was one thing, they expected one thing, and they figured another, right? So that's one of the reasons, I think. Another reason, I think, is that it used to be a lower barrier for entry. It still kind of is, but anyone can start in the business. You can start with a little money, you can start with no money. It doesn't matter. There are different ways to start in this business. But what people realize is that, like you mentioned, that they're just coming in for the cash flow. There's no heart behind it. It's not something that they want to commit themselves to. We have people that say, hey, I bought into a few properties, but they don't manage it at all. They don't care about it at all. They kind of just let it sit there. It's not a set it and forget it business. So those are some reasons why I think that people are dropping out. I think there's the competition too.
Well, because it became so easy to get into the Airbnb bandwagon. A lot of markets, we did see a lot of markets begin to get really saturated. And so the competition started getting a lot stronger. So a lot of these people who are sadly leaving Airbnb now are just those people that just got into it, didn't really study how to be a good host or have amazing design or understand who their guest avatar is, and not have an actual business plan and vision for their business. So we're seeing a lot of those people leave, which for me, it personally makes me excited, because we're going to see a lot of more professional hosts send out, and a better selection of Airbnbs that will be available.
The competition creates better businesses, better hosts. That's what it's creating. And like you mentioned, the saturation, when people say it's been saturated, I think to an extent it has been saturated, but only with when you're solely focusing on the number of hosts. It's not saturated with good hosts. I think there's still a lot of room and a lot of growth for good hosts to come in, and people that want to take this seriously. One thing that I always mention to people that ask me about getting started in the business. I was just talking to actually an HVAC tech that came out to one of our properties to work on something. He was asking me, I was interested in getting to Airbnbs, and I said, look, if you do want to get into it and you want to take it seriously, you either got to focus on it full time and really commit and make sure that this is like your everyday thing and that you really focus on it. Or number two, you invest in it, you get properties, and you have someone manage it for you. Someone that will be 100% of their time is focused on it, because you can't just start the business and not have someone focusing on it at all times. It's gonna go downhill.
Yeah. Okay. Or I'll add a 3 to what you just said, and that would be that, say you do have a 9 to 5 and the opportunity comes that you're able to start an Airbnb, at least and have a game plan of by when you're going to quit your job so that you're able to focus on this full time. When we first started the business, I quit my job first, which was about a year into the business, but we knew that we wanted to build this business big and only become better at it. So we had a game plan by when we're going to quit. So if you have at least a clear plan by when you're going to quit, then it could also be like the third option.
Right. Or maybe you love your job.
Yeah.
And you don't want to.
Yeah.
And you don't want to quit, right? So you have someone working on it for you.
Yeah.
Right? You want someone that's invested in the industry, that's invested in the business itself, to know what new tech's coming out, to know what new insurances are on the table, to know what they can do to improve your property, to know what the comps are doing in the area so that you could better yourself than them and stand out. You need someone that's focusing this energy on it.
Yeah.
You know, you can't just expect it to come to you from watching our YouTube videos or just from, reading a book about it, right? These people we're people like us who are fully invested. We're going to conferences all the time. We're networking with so many people that have just started or have been in the business for a while. We love talking about this stuff to learn and to constantly grow and to constantly become better than who we are yesterday and who we are today.
Yeah.
So like I said, if you don't want to quit, that's fine. Get a property manager that knows what they're doing.
Yeah. Just to add to what you're saying, that we spend more time even 5 years later learning about our business than actually the amount of hours that are required to run this business, as far as the minimal time. We probably work on the business maybe 3-4 hours a week at most, like actually working on it, but we spend full days still learning how to optimize our business, how to optimize our listings, how to improve our photography, what are the top amenities that our guests are looking for in that certain area, because they're different in areas. Where do we stand as far as the search engine on Airbnb? There's a platform called Rank Breeze, which you connect to your Airbnb platform. Does not connect yet with the RVO, but you're able to see where you rank. And so these are all part of the day-to-day business operations. So if it's not something that you're willing to commit or even care about learning or even have the time to learning about, then again, this goes when this is where you decide, then let me at least outsource and get someone who is putting in the time so that I'm able to create a great business.
Yeah. If you think that you're on the brink of quitting, or if you know someone that's on the brink of quitting, or their listing's not performing well, it's going downhill, they're pulling their hair, they don't know what to do, reach out to us.
Yeah.
Leave us a comment. Try to maybe message us on Instagram. What's your Instagram?
Yeah, Melissa B. Forrest will probably come out here.
Yeah, and mine is Zev Forrest, wherever it's going to come out on this video. Give us a message. Say, hey, we're struggling, and we'll help you as best as we can, or we'll point you into the right direction, whatever that might be, so that you can invest in yourself, or that you can go out and do the research that you need to do to not quit. We don't want you to quit. We want you to do better.
Yeah. We're even open, if you just want to drop down your Airbnb listing, actually send it to us directly. We'll probably take a look at it. A lot of times someone sends me their listing and right away I'm able to see why it's not working for them, and I'm able to support you guys with optimizing.
Yeah, she gives some great pointers on that. So, I mean, I'm sure there could be a number of reasons wrong, but you do give some good pointers right off the bat of what people could do to better their property. Well, thanks for tuning in today, guys. We hope you got a lot of value out of this, and we'll see you on the next one.